Monday is here, which means we have new rankings for Iowa high school football. Again, this is IA football's rankings. We have rankers across all 7 classes. We'll post 7 separate videos every Monday for each class. So this is the Class 1A video. If you're not looking for Class 1A rankings, we've got all the classes covered. Just be sure to head back to our YouTube page and find the class you were looking for. But let's get right into it with Class 1A, starting with 16 through 11. Ogden, they lose to ACGC 20-19. They'll drop 4 spots, the 16 spot. Trainer, they're new to this week's rankings. They beat St. Albert 41-0, so that gets them a spot into the top 16 this week. Columbus Catholic, also new. They beat Beckman Catholic 37-0 to earn the 14 spot. Sumner Fredericksburg, they beat East Buchanan and Class A powerhouse. They win that game 18-12, so they'll jump 3 spots from the 16 spot to the 13 spot. And Denver, they move up 3 spots as well. They beat New Hampton 42-12. Rounding out our first group is South Hamilton, who beat South Hardin, but they dropped 2 spots to the number 11 spot because of some impressive performances around them. Heading into the top 10, Dike New Hartford. They hung with the number 1 team. They lose 7-6. I know there was a few plays that we heard about that could have shifted the final score of that game, but nevertheless, an impressive outing for Dike New Hartford, who hangs with number 1 Grundy Center, but loses a tight one 7-6. They'll jump into the top 10 because of that. Heading to number 9, West Branch. Losing 42-14 is never good, but it was to a 2A powerhouse, or now 3A powerhouse, Williamsburg. So no time to panic for West Branch. They'll drop a few spots though because of that. But again, no time to panic for sure for West Branch. At number 8, AHSTW. Not quite a true test, but a 64-27 win. Looks good no matter what. They'll move up 2 spots. Applington Parkersburg at the number 7 spot. They moved down 1, but they did hammer out a 23-7 win over Union, powered by a run game with 3 rushers that had 50-plus yards. So a balanced attack for Applington Parkersburg as they hold down the 7 spot this week. Number 6, Pella Christian. They move up 2 spots. The biggest stock boost, really, according to our Class 1A ranker. They get a 49-35 win over Des Moines Christian. The Lions scored 21 in the 4th, making this closer than it was. So really, Pella Christian kind of dominated for 3 quarters of that game, and we took note, and so they'll get the number 6 spot this week. Heading into our top 5, and if you saw last week's rankings, you'll notice no change. Underwood, losses are never one to be a fan of, but it is a quality loss. If anything, they lose 21-14 to Van Meter, who took its 2A promotion after winning Class 1A last year. So I know Underwood was up 14-0 in that game, ended up losing 21-14. So no time to panic for the Eagles as they drop week 1 but hold the number 5 spot. Number 4, West Sioux, the Falcons took a 30-0 lead at the half over a Class A team. You'll have to wait for a test for the Falcons, but this offense is as big of a threat as any in Class 1A, as they always are. So West Sioux, they'll hold down the number 4 spot this week. Number 3, OABCIG. They stuck with 2A competition, lighting up Esterville Lincoln Central, and a 33-14 win. Quarterback Bryson Kolar was responsible for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns. So OABCIG holds down that 3 spot this week. Number 2, MFL Marmac, a team that got a lot of hype in the preseason polls. They pick up a 35-0 win over Crestwood. And it's exactly what you'd expect out of this team. Running back Wyatt Powell, he hauled in 2 first-half touchdowns to lead MFL Marmac in that one, and they will hold down the number 2 spot. And number 1 in Class 1A, Grundy Center. The Trojans grinded out a 7-6 road win over Dike New Hartford. The defense is looking prime as always. Again, they won that Class A title over West Hancock last year, and they got the promotion to Class 1A, and they start their Class 1A journey with a nice win over now number 10 Dike New Hartford. That win will prove dividends down the stretch for Grundy Center, and it's one of those in week 1, where you're kind of feeling each other out, getting the kinks out after a long off season. So Grundy Center does what they need to. Colin Gordon will lead that offense all year, and we can expect a ton of wins from that number 1 spot in Grundy Center, and really the team to beat after a promotion from Class A. So that's our top 16. We hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check out all the other classes on our YouTube page, and be sure to be checking out IA Football's social medias for any and all content across the state of Iowa. Be sure to message us highlights, stats, anything you think is relevant. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week for Class 1A's Week 3 rankings when those are out. We'll catch you next time.